next month, hoping to become the youngest person to fly around the world solo in a small plane. Delighted to say Mack joins us now. Evening, Mack.
Hello.
Listen, I mean, I know you come from a family of pilots, but even at your young age, this is quite a feat you're setting out on. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling quite excited. It's an amazing thing I'm hoping to undertake. There are obviously a bit of nerves, especially for things like crossing the Atlantic or crossing the Indian Ocean, where there are definitely risks involved.
I'll say. So talk us through it. What are you flying in, first of all?
So I'm flying a Shark microlight. It's a small microlight that it goes very fast and has very long durability, and you can fly forever basically.
Right. So where are you taking off from?
So I'm starting off in Sofia in Bulgaria because my main sponsor ICD-Soft is based there. From there I'm going south all the way to across the desert, Sahara Desert and jungle to Madagascar. From there I'm flying north again through Yemen and Iran, all the way through Russia, the US, Mexico, Canada, back across Greenland, Iceland, Scotland, England, Belgium, and then back across to Sofia in Bulgaria.
Okay, a lot of those territories you've just run through are not entirely safe, are they? So how are you protecting yourself? What kind of support are you getting?
Well, so at every stop we're gonna have someone there who can come and collect me, and like in some cases I'm gonna be staying at local families. I'm always going to be I'm never gonna go to particularly dangerous places, such as when I'm going to Yemen, I'm going onto an island which is actually quite safe. And so I'm always making sure that safety is first and that I don't do something stupid.
Oh goodness, well I'm glad to hear this, and I'm sure your parents will be too. I mean, you've already got a lot of firsts. You are the youngest pilot in the world. You became that in September 2020 when you qualified for your pilot license. Am I right in saying both your parents are pilots?
Yes, both my
Right.
parents and my sister are pilots.
Your sister as well. So this is something you grew up around. Did you ever think you would do anything other than be a pilot?
Well, not really. It's basically, I've been flying since I was born, basically. But the first time I touched the controls was when I was about 7. At that time, I was very scared. But since then, my passion has grown, and now I absolutely love flying.
And you've got a bit of competition in your sister, haven't you? Zara became the youngest woman to fly around the world, which is quite something. How young was she when she did that?
She was 19 when she flew around the world.
And did she do it in a similar way to the way you're hoping to do it?
Well, she took a different route, but she also flew in a Shark.
Oh, what is just describe for us, if you can, the feeling you get when you're up there on your own, in charge of the controls for the first time? Try and put it into words for us.
Well, it's quite freeing because there aren't many aspects in life where you can be totally free, such as, for example, when you're driving a car. You're always restricted. You have to go to the right on this road, or you have to stay in this lane. But in an airplane, you can go as fast as you like, and you can turn right or left whenever you want, and there's very little airspace to stop you.
I mean, but I do remember the first time when I passed my driving test, and you've got that freedom that you can just get in and go. It's an amazing feeling, isn't it? And I know you're actually using this opportunity where you stop off around the world to celebrate the achievements of young people, aren't you? How are you going to do that?
Yeah, so at various stops I'll be meeting young people who've done incredible things for their communities and or for even their countries, and just like showing that young people can make a difference. You don't have to turn 18 before you can do something crazy or amazing. You can actually be younger, you can do something early.
Matt, you're an inspirational young fella. Certainly made me decide to address with my children tonight. What have they ever done? I'll be messaging them. But when you said you're flying across the Atlantic, so that's one of the most trepidatious moments. How long is that section? And I mean, can you put your feet up and put it on autopilot at that moment? How does that work?
Well, there is an autopilot, but you always have to be checking the controls. You're never fully relaxed. But so the way to mitigate as much as like flying over water time, I'm going very far north, so I'll be flying from northern Canada over to Greenland, then Iceland, and then Scotland, rather than doing a whole water journey to try and just make
it's
it.
A bit of island hopping. Yeah. What's the longest time overseas then for you?
The longest flight will be about 8 hours, and it's when I'm flying from the Seychelles to a small, the small Yemenese island I talked about earlier.
Okay, lovely. Not a lot to see at that moment then, apart from
No,
the water.
just water.
I don't think he'll be putting his feet up. I think he'll be hands on the controls.
Metaphorically, maybe an audio book or something playing over the.
Yeah, a few snacks. Listen, Mac, fantastic. When are you setting off?
I'm setting off on the 17th of March.
Good luck and stay in touch with us. We'd love to hear you back here, safe and sound. We can't wait, and fingers crossed you achieve everything you set out to achieve and meet some amazing people along the way. Thanks for talking to us, Mac.
Thank you very much.